Horror isn't just jump scares. For some characters, it's a journey from victim to victor.
This is Final Girls, the podcast where we analyze the genre's iconic leading ladies.
These women don't run, they reload, and we gather survival tips along the way.
I'm Kelly, a film grad and slasher enthusiast.
And I'm Sarah, a pop culture writer with a killer instinct for subtext.
So choose your weapon because this is gonna get messy. Welcome, Scream Things. We are all together once again.
All the hills.
Yeah, all of the hills. Exactly.
Eric's here this week, everyone. All the Scream Things. This is your first time doing season 2.
It is my first time on season
Yeah.
And
So
first time on video.
first time on video.
2. Yikes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Scream Things, if you don't know Eric, he's popped on a few of our older episodes, but he is my husband, Kelly's brother, and also a scary movie fan. And he has a podcast. It's called Hesh Files. We'll put the link in the show notes. But if you like stories from tour musicians, just thrash musicians, punk musicians, metalheads, just stories from the road, he's your guy. But yeah, he's here today with us, and I'm gonna say it. I'm really excited to talk about Elvira.
Damn, I was gonna say that.
Okay, say it.
I'm really excited to be here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we all
Maximum
are.
excitement.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm sorry. But yeah, yesterday I had almost no sleep. Like it was one of those days where it's like you almost don't even bother going to bed
Yeah,
because that's just gonna make things worse. And
yeah.
so it was a bit of a long day, but I slept. Now I know this is super interesting. How are you?
We're good. We went to, I said I'm just speaking for both of us. We went to Halloween Horror Nights a couple days ago, which was fun. We went through the Terrifier house, which was that was what I was looking forward to.
That is much more interesting than my sleep patterns. So thank you for rescuing us.
That's funny. Yeah, that was really fun. We just moved recently, and so we're doing a lot of house shit. But we actually decided we have a third bedroom, and we decided we're going to theme it and when we are decorating it as a cabin in the woods theme.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna look like one of the rooms from the cabin that they go to in the woods.
Yeah.
And just all
Room.
It's the
You'll
guest
find out.
room. It's the guest room.
yeah, our guest room, but yeah, you'll find out.
Yeah. So yeah, we have some fun stuff going on. We're just fucking exhausted. But yeah, Halloween Horror Nights was really fun. It was really crowded this year. We have like a system where we go and we get in because sometimes they'll let you in early. And so we'll go at like 6:30 and and then we'll rush to whatever the big ones are first. And then we'll like kind of taper off and do like the medium ones and then the little ones and like the Terror Tram. But this one was like we got in at 7 and the Terrifier house was already an hour and 15-minute wait. So
Well, it said it was gonna be a
2 hour, yeah.
and then when we finally got in line for it, it ended up only being like 85, 90 minutes or something like that, which is still a long damn time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking long damn time. Nirvana and I knew that we weren't going to be able to make it out to Halloween Horror Nights this year, so we watched videos
Nice.
on YouTube of all of the houses.
All the houses.
The
Yeah.
Fallout one was really cool. We did that one too,
one?
and
Fallout.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, that was cool, you know? I mean, I'm a fan of the series and
Yeah.
Terrifier one was fun because it did get you wet at the end. And I got that's a good one. I got fully spooked and jump scared by the art in the Santa costume with the
Okay.
chainsaw. And I was like, really, because it's kind of like sometimes you go in those houses and the people in front of you get the scares.
Yeah.
And
You're just like a little bit out of time.
Yeah, and that was kind of the case for that one, but I did get that spook. I got that one and it was fantastic. I love getting scared, like the visceral reaction of getting spooked like that. I have friends. It's funny because I have a lot of friends who are big horror fans that I've invited to come with us, and they're like, "No, I don't like being scared." I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Lame.
That's fine.
I mean, I like being scared in the sense of like the haunted house stuff. I don't like being scared in the sense of rides.
Yeah, he
So
doesn't
that's
either.
where I draw the line.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of funny videos of art actors scaring people in the gift
Yeah.
shop.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and he would just like go in and he would just start handing them like art t-shirts until they
Mhm.
literally would have like 30 art t-shirts. And he would be like trying to direct them like
That's
towards the
cute.
cash register.
That's really cute. I like that. Yeah, that was really, really fun. It was a fun time. We go every year for our anniversary. So our anniversary is on the 13th, and we try to go on or around the 13th. So we went on the 15th this year. But yeah, so and unfortunately not here to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. We do have some friends that have some really fun Halloween Horror Nights podcasts.
Mhm.
Shout out to Toxic Icon. And I guess no, it was Dead Man's Mike is the one that talks about Halloween Horror Nights. But we'll link all those in the show notes. But we're here to talk about Elvira, my favorite human in the whole world,
Wow.
besides my husband.
Better.
Um,
Good save. Good save.
but before we do, a couple of housekeeping things. As we say always, please rate and review us. We have hundreds more listeners than we have reviews, and those really help us. They help us look legit. So when someone like a new Scream thing comes to our page, they see we have lots of ratings and reviews. That really helps. We also just yeah, we just it just helps us. It really really helps us. It helps us get noticed in the algorithm. So please, rating and review, that would be lovely. Any other updates? We are going to be selling merch soon. What else, Kelly?
Um,
Is that it for now? For
I
now.
mean that sorry, you
I
put
put
me
you on
on.
the spot there.
Yeah, uh that is it.
That's it. Okay, for now, yeah, that's it. Okay. House is kept
House is kept and slept.
and swept.
I'm still loopy, I guess. Like I still feel really loopy. So this will be fun.
This is a
Okay.
good one to feel loopy for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we have a trio today because I'm like, yeah, it'll be interesting discussing this movie. So,
Yeah.
and we have a like, oh, we kind of have a double feature, recording feature that we are doing today and tomorrow. So it'll make more sense when you see what episodes they are. I guess I won't spoil it. But it was definitely tonal whiplash to go
Yeah.
from one to the other, I gotta tell
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Um, okay, so today, like Sarah said, we are talking about Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the 1988 comedy horror movie. So, upon arriving in a small town where she has inherited a rundown mansion, the famous horror host must battle an evil uncle and townspeople who want her burned at the stake.
Woof.
And they never, I said this in the, okay, I want to make a couple corrections. I talked about Elvira in the witches episode because they
Mm.
never actually call, she never actually calls herself a witch. They call her a witch, but
Oh.
she never actually calls herself a witch. So that's
Well,
one
she is
thing.
doing spells.
She is.
But he never
She never
said,
calls
like,
herself a witch.
I'm a witch.
Um, and then the other thing was, I think I couldn't figure out what her macabre mobile is, the car. I thought because it's a muscle car, I thought it was
Oh,
like a Mustang or something. It is a 1959 Thunderbird,
Hell yeah.
which is
it
fucking
is a
sexy.
pretty rad car.
Okay, sorry. Go on. Continue with your stuff.
No, I mean this will be short. Uh, Elvira is played by Cassandra Peterson. This was my introduction to Elvira as a character.
Really?
Yep, never seen any Elvira content
Wow.
until the other day when I watched this. Um,
That explains so much.
Cassandra is mostly known for this role. The other actors in this are really, they're mostly small scale. I mean, we
Mhm.
have Kurt Fuller, who was in Scary Movie, Supernatural, Psych, and Ghostbusters 2. We also have Edie McClurg, who was in Ferris Bueller,
The
which is
fuck
the
was
only
that?
thing I knew her from.
Go check.
Um,
Sorry, everyone. Eric's gonna go check out a sound. That might be our cat. Continue.
okay, okay. And James Signorelli is the director, and
Hmm.
he was a major SNL producer
Yes,
of over
yes.
500 episodes. And Cassandra has some tie-ins to
Hmm.
the like SNL, the Groundling crew, and some of those like comedians and writers. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
he also, yeah, he did. I thought that was a good fit. I mean, I guess Tim Burton was the original choice.
right. But he was doing Pee-wee, right?
Tim Burton was doing Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay, okay.
This is the
Yeah.
same year that Beetlejuice came. Okay, so that's one thing I will say. And I've talked about how I feel like Hellraiser is a pseudo Tim Burton movie. All of these came out the same year. Hellraiser, Beetlejuice, and Elvira.
That's a
Put it down.
weird
Just put it down.
fact.
I was gonna say, like, of all things, the
Yeah, the
thing
spooky thing.
fell and
This
smashed, and now there's glass on the floor. So I'll be back in a
okay,
minute.
he's gonna pick up the glass on the floor. We have a ghost in the house apparently.
Oh no,
Um,
not a friend
yeah,
zone.
seriously. So yeah, so Tim Burton was supposed to be the original choice for Elvira, which is wild. I think that would have changed the whole thing so much.
Do you think it would have changed it for the better?
I think I think no. I think Tim Burton is such a strong presence that his movies have such a he has such a strong
Style.
thumbprint style on a movie that I feel like Cassandra Peterson has is such a like that the character of Elvira is so strong that they would have I feel like one of them wouldn't have
Mm,
stuck. They would have tried to overpower each other. I think it would have been a little less campy too. I feel like having an SNL director makes it feel like it gave it more leeway to be just extra campy, whereas Tim Burton would have made it like a little bit more whimsical, maybe.
mm,
I don't know.
okay, okay.
I
I
love Tim
guess,
Burton. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
Tim Burton's my favorite director,
No,
but
I
yeah.
guess there's a fine line between camp and whimsy.
Yeah, there really is actually. There really is. But yeah, yeah. So give me your, are you done with the, I don't want to like,
Yes,
so, okay.
yes.
Give me your first impressions. I'm so excited to hear this.
Um, my first impression was that it felt strange to come into learning this character after so many years. Of course, I've seen her like visual before, like all over the
Yeah.
place. But to actually like see her in scenes and stuff felt a little bit weird just because I really had no concept of her delivery, like of her, like I didn't know that she was that level of almost cartoonish.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I actually really enjoyed her wit.
Hmm.
Um, very corny one-liners and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
a little bit like Ash. For some reason I kept thinking about Ash. It's like it's campy horror icons, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was so it felt a little bit weird. Just kind of it felt like being let in on some secret that like the horror community has known about forever, and I'm just late to
Okay.
it. But um, I wouldn't say I loved it.
Hmm.
I think I liked Elvira and Cassandra more than I liked the movie itself. It's
Yeah.
it's wild in a way that I appreciate. I like the kind of B movie style of it. Um, it's just it's a bit it's hard. I honestly thought about this so much before this episode. I was like, what do I say about it? Like I actually did more research on this movie than I've done on some of our other ones because I really wanted to be able to wrap my head around like the reason for the character being really iconic and the backstory there. So yeah, I mean, we can get more into it, but I will say that Nirvana and I did laugh a lot in the Vegas scene
Oh yeah.
because it was just insane, very
Yeah.
silly. So,
It's so silly. Well, and this Elvira movie it came later because she
mhm.
started as just a character
Right.
that did like B movie horror hosting, and then they wrote a movie for it. So yeah, it's very and it fits the kind of movie that she actually had I think it was the 13 Nights of how she did 13 movies that she did like commentary for, and one of them was Demonic Toys. So, but yeah, she would watch, kind of host these B
Yeah, like
horror
the Crypt
movies.
Keeper
Yeah.
style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Shout out to baby Floopsy Daisy. This
Did you
Floopsy
say
Daisy.
Floopsy Daisy?
That's what he calls Cooper.
Oh yeah, it's baby
Oh,
Oopsie
Baby
Daisy.
Oopsie Daisy. Because our our foster dog Cooper likes to floop, so he calls her
ah,
Floopsie Daisy. Um, so yeah, she's very campy bimbo. She has so many one-liners that I absolutely adore. I will say, I'll start preface this episode that Elvira is my favorite. Like I said, she's my hero, my number one hero. If you are watching the video, you can see I have an Elvira tattoo on my arm, very prominent. I met Cassandra Peterson at Midsummer Scream a couple
I
months
did
ago.
too.
Yeah, Eric did too. Got a photo with her, showed her my tattoo. She loved it. She's amazing. I read her book. I listened to her audiobook. I have so many things that are signed that I've ordered that are signed. I just got her cookbook. She came out with a cookbook, which is it's super
It's
rad.
rad.
so not a spell book.
Not a
Nope.
spell book.
Cookbook. We'll put the link for
Don't
that in the
mix those
show
up.
notes.
Yeah, yeah. No, don't mix those up.
Yeah. We'll link for the cookbook in the show notes.
But yeah, she's great. She's campy. She's a gay icon. I think that's the other thing is I just love my gay icons. She's one of them. She's very, the thing I love about Elvira is that she gives women, wild women, the permission and the opportunity to just take up space because I think as women we see this in the movie. This is a very prominent theme that as women not only are we told we can't take up that kind of a space, but also a lot of us have this deeply internalized misogyny that is scared of the space that other women take up that we don't. And I think that's such a huge part of Elvira's shtick is she's just unapologetic. She owns her space, her power. She knows exactly what that power is. She's very self-aware. She's fierce. Obviously, she's very out there. She uses her sexuality as kind of a punchline. Also, it's kind of her power, like bursting through the chains with her tits.
Yeah.
She's just incredible. She owns it. She owns it. And I think that's one of the things, my other heroes are Dolly Parton and RuPaul. And
I mean,
again,
who are all three of them? They're like you kind of said, they're just unapologetically, authentically themselves.
yeah, they take up their space.
Yeah, and I think the three of them give people, yeah, they give people that power to really just be themselves and take up that space because there is a space for it.
Yeah, but we're taught not to take up that space. That's
What I'm
the
saying
thing.
is they show you that you
You can.
can do that, and it's wonderful when you do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say not only can you, but it's fucking cool when you take up space if you're authentic. So that's my little spiel about the end. My rundown on Elvira. I mean, we're kind of already in her character snapshot.
Yeah.
She's this, just to kind of give a little backstory about who she is. She is a Vegas showgirl. And Cassandra Peterson started in Vegas. She was like a teenager, but she is a Vegas showgirl. Well, she wants to be, I should say. She's a horror hostess and she wants a show in Vegas, but she finds out that she needs to raise $50,000 to have her show. And so
We should say that it's because
she quits her job.
current job because the new producer or something comes at her with his hands towards her breasts and says it's milking time.
Yep.
What the buckles?
Well, and she fights back. She doesn't let him get away with it. She
No,
quits.
I know, but I was just like,
I
oh
know.
boy, what
I
an
know.
introduction to the movie. I was like,
Wow.
okay, that
Yeah.
level of kind of there's a lot of booby humor
There
in this
is.
movie. A
There
lot.
is.
Yeah.
Well, and that's her. That's her shtick. She's the girl with the enormous ratings.
Not gazongas like we
Yeah,
hear
right.
probably 3 or 4 times in the movie.
Yeah, yeah. So she quits her job as this horror hostess because she gets groped and she's like, I'm not going to work for this sleazeball anymore. So yeah, then she has to raise $50,000 to start this Vegas show that she really wants to do. Yeah. So that's her archetype. She's flirty, she's super witty, she's self-aware, a burlesque siren. She's just an anti-purity crusader, which I also like. I wrote down here that she's a final baddie.
Well, she is very glam, which I
Yes.
guess like I also had to look up in addition to kind of the like cultural context of this movie, I also looked up like why it did become important in queer circles,
Hmm.
other than like the obvious drag influence.
Hmm.
And so that was interesting too, this like basically being an outsider
Hmm.
in a community that is kind of like not welcoming of outsiders, I guess
Yeah.
is what like some people connected to.
Yeah. Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, she's very much an outsider. They're scared of her, which is like I said before, which is kind of a witch thing. Like, you know, any the thing is most of them are scared of her, and then there are some, especially men, who are like so drawn to it. Like
Yeah.
it's
They're enamored by her.
yes, yes, just they want to see the bazongas, but they also are just the way she like takes up her space and just like owns that sexuality and that glamour is so just enchanting. I also love that she's very punk rock. She sticker slapped her luggage and there's a big anthrax sticker on it, which is pretty fucking cool.
Shout out to Anthrax.
And also, I think there was one on there that said like "I break for no one" or something like that.
Which is interesting because Cassandra Peterson is a big PETA,
Mm.
like I break for animals type of a person,
Oh
which
yeah,
is really
yeah.
cool.
That's super punk rock.
Yeah, she's so punk rock. Elvira is too. So yeah, yeah, she's just in this town. She goes to this town because it's where her great aunt lives, and her aunt actually left her some stuff in her will. And
Like a
so
familiar.
yeah, yep. And Elvira's like, "Oh shit, there's money there. Like I need my Vegas show is I can use this money for my Vegas show." So of course she goes out to this tiny little puritanical town in Massachusetts and she's instantly othered. She comes in with her macabre mobile, just like
Like she wants to be othered, right?
she
Like is
does.
she like almost says that outright probably 20 times in the movie.
Yeah.
Like she's like and yeah, it's unapologetic. I'm not saying, anything about it, but the otherness is very intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. She
I just had a strange thought actually as we were speaking about, her going to that small town in, Massachusetts or whatever. It reminds me of the town from Beetlejuice. I mean, she basically goes to like that town,
yeah, it's a small little
a
town.
small little town, and she's just too spooky for them, and they're like, "What the fuckles?" And
Too spooky. She's also like happy, you know?
Yeah.
She has this like joyfulness
this
that
blissfulness to her that
like sex makes her
exuberant.
happy,
Yeah.
flirting makes her happy, men make her happy, being herself makes her happy. And of course, a woman who who's I mean, patriarchy doesn't want women who are happy like that.
Well, I think just to kind of piggyback off of that, I think part of the reason that Elvira works is because she's got this whole vibe of, controlling the men around her and making them kind of lose control of themselves because they just, they're so enamored with her and they fawn over her. And that kind of turns the patriarchy on its head,
Yep.
where this woman just so unapologetically uses herself to get what she wants, and all of the men around are just like,
She kind of weaponizes the male gaze.
like it's fucking awesome how she does that.
But then her love interest is so dull. Like
I
I
think
was
she
like,
likes
this
that.
guy?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, and
It's kind of slim pickings there.
sure. I mean, if anyone read the trivia, you probably saw that Brad Pitt auditioned to be one of the teenagers in the movie, and Cassandra
Nice.
Peterson was like, "No way," because then she would definitely go for him.
Who
Because
I mean,
I
wouldn't? Young Brad Pitt?
Fuck. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. The guy is just kind of like a non-entity, Bob. And I think that that was intentional to like both to contrast with her and then also I think this was part of the subversion of she's the main character, he's the love interest, as opposed to like the other way around
Yes.
when it's usually like the man is the main character, the woman is the love interest. So
He also is so generic that he is a stand-in for patriarchy. Like tall, blonde, blue-eyed, white. I think he's
right.
like dirty blonde,
Nice
handsome.
white dude.
Yeah, he's just a very paint by numbers generic white guy.
I mean, Nirvan was like he looks like Lou Ferrigno. And then I could not get that out of my
That's
head.
really true. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So let's talk about the inciting horror. Because this is, she's a horror hostess and she's spooky, but this is technically a horror movie. Because after she finds out that the inheritance is her great aunt's like dilapidated house and this dog, Algonquin, who she renames Gonk and like does this whole makeover, makes him super punk rock. And so she inherits this house and this mysterious spell book. And then she learns that she is descendant from witches. And it's her creepy uncle Vincent that wants the book's power for himself, of course. So naturally. So that's the inciting horror. That's the supernatural element of it. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie goes actually further along those lines than I was expecting. There's like a full-on like magical fight at
Yeah.
the end. I mean with like lightning and like Emperor Palpatine style. Like it's just like crazy effects and a magic ring and we see magic used in various ways in the movie, sometimes in very, very weird ways. Uh, and I laughed a lot because one of the goons in this movie, like one of the like henchmen type people, is I only know him from one other thing. Don't even know his name, but he was in The Happening as the guy who's like really into hot dogs. And he's
Nice.
like the you guys like hot dogs? Anybody like hot dogs guy? And I'm like that is so anyway. Sorry, that was my one association with like one of the background actors. But yeah. So, I mean, I liked that there was more effects shots than I was expecting. Like, they're not good, but it's fun to watch
Mhm.
visually. So,
Yeah.
It's honestly like kind of like I feel like the special effects on this movie were very much akin to Big Trouble Little China with Kurt Russell from, the mid 80s or whatever. Like the special
even
effects
like Bill
like
and Ted.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
good for the time, but like they weren't like obviously now we're used to so much more, but they're surprisingly good still. Like they hold up in their own way.
Yeah. The other horror element of it is, which is kind of more like modern horror, is like, well, not just modern, but calling her a witch and doing the whole witch hunt. She's
And burning
literally,
her at the fucking stake.
yeah, yeah, and it's honestly it's really led by the women in the town, which is so interesting. But yeah, so just to kind of like give a picture of her arc, she inherits this house. She turns it into this like Technicolor dream house, which I fucking love. I love it. And she gets all the like the
Really?
boys and men of the
Oh, yeah, to
town to
like
like
paint the
help
house.
her. And she's like, just grab a tool and start banging. And she just turns this house into this really cool, like Technicolor dream house. There's a few scenes where there's like a real estate agent that he's trying to like help her sell it. And he like, of course, goes straight to the whole, hitting on her and trying to like seduce her. And she's just like, just because the house is up for grabs doesn't mean I am. Again, I think we got
Hell
a
yeah.
tit grab.
Hell no.
And so yeah, she just turns this house, despite all of the people in the town, just like spread like making it hard. They eventually ban the kids from hanging out with her, and meanwhile she's going for this guy that has a movie theater, and which, is her shtick. She's a horror hostess. She's a hostess for movies, and it's kind of going out of business. And so she's like, to help him, she's like, why don't I create a movie night and I'll host it? And so she's like, I know exactly all the people to invite, and it's all the kids. And by then, the adults are like, have forbidden them to hang out with her. And, everyone's kind of turning on her, just a very typical, like, they're scared of
Well,
her.
and this movie has weird like really random references to other movies. And this is one of them because it starts out as a Flashdance reference,
Yes, yes.
which is so random. And then it turns into more of a Carrie reference
Yep.
where she's like publicly humiliated by being tarred and feathered. And then later there's
By the
like
woman, by like the mean girl.
by the mean girl. Yeah, exactly. And then later there's like and the mean girl's dressed like she's in Greece. And then later there's a Rambo reference,
Yeah.
which was I was like, wait, okay,
There
like
is a
so
Rambo
I don't know, it's so
reference.
strange, but
Well, it's funny you say that about Grease because the guy that played Kaneki in Grease he's one of the gross guys that like,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh
I
shit.
actually really hate Grease,
Oh,
so I've only
interesting.
seen it once,
Oh, I love
but
Grease.
so
I gotta agree with my sister over my wife on that one.
okay,
You
Yeah,
I
know,
can't
he
take
hates
it.
musicals. I love musicals.
can't do it.
I saw it once at a slumber party when I was like 9, and that was like maybe the only time
That's
I've
all
ever
you
seen it.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, but
Yeah,
yeah,
not.
it does have a lot of Grease element. It's also the same. I think it looks like it's filmed in the same place that like Back to the Future. It's like that
Oh,
very
it's the
generic.
Hollywood backlot
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
for
very generic.
sure.
Yeah,
I was like,
backlot.
that's the square
Yeah,
That's the Universal Studios
the clock.
backlot.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
totally. So,
We were just there.
Yeah, we were just there the other day.
mhm.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the whole thing is there's a lot of like subplots. So she's redoing this house. She's trying to sell this house so she can make the money. In the meantime, she's also trying to do this movie thing for this guy. And then in the meantime, the town is very much turning against her. There's the jealous mean girl, Patty, who she's just as cruel as the men. And like I've said, it just
Virginia.
yeah, it just shows how internalized misogyny really fuels the mob. And that's very true. If we're going to relate this to like modern day, it was like 53% of white women voted for Trump. And it's like women we are our own like we need to start with each other.
Right.
Like patriarchy, yes, is very much a thing, but it's internalized misogyny from other women that really hold us back.
It's
So,
funny you say that because our other recording tomorrow is also going to feature a major theme of like women against
yep,
women.
100%.
Interesting. Well, I just wanted to interject something real quick too on my own is that, talking about the political stuff, Elvira is the drag queen persona of Cassandra Peterson. And what does she do at movie night? She invites all the kids, she gets,
Yeah,
all of
it's
the
true.
kids to show them that like, this is cool. This is okay. This is acceptable. And that's exactly what the town is against. They don't want
Yeah.
somebody like that showing their
Influencing their
kids,
kids.
influencing their kids that
That's a
like
really good point.
somebody like that can actually be really, really beneficial and
Empowering.
empowering.
Yeah.
And, I think that kind of goes with
That's
what
a
you
really
were
good
saying.
point. Yeah.
The first people she got, it wasn't like the horny old dudes that would obviously go follow her, do whatever. It was the kids because she's a kind heart. She's a good soul. And like, she wanted to just spread good stuff, really, just
Well,
goodwill.
and she makes friends with that teenage girl
Yeah.
who's kind of like fascinated by
Hmm.
her and is interested in, I guess, like makeup and stuff like that. Um, one of the things that I didn't like about that subplot was that it took that girl like getting her makeover to be able to like
I get
attract the
it.
attention of the boy that she was crushing on. Like it's like he had
Yeah.
zero interest and then all of a sudden it's like she's super done up and he's like, "Oh, okay. Date night." And
So
it's
I have
like,
something to say about that. I get that. And that's a very common,
Trope in movies,
well,
The Breakfast
it
Club.
is. But it's also a common complaint, and I 1,000% understand. And I think the thing that I I get, and I actually feel myself, and I think this is the big part of drag, is when you are feeling yourself. When
Mm.
you put the drag on and you are, it's almost like a mask, like you can fully be yourself. There's something really vulnerable about just being, just being yourself. And then there's also, but when you're done up and you not necessarily fit in, because I talked about this in the witchy episode. Like, it's not about necessarily fitting in and fitting that male gaze, but it's about really feeling yourself. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, it could be done up like, the makeup and the hair, or it could be like wearing an outfit that makes you feel super cute. It's just about confidence. And I think there are some elements, obviously, especially in the 80s, that were like catering to the male gaze, but I think there's something about Elvira that, like I said, weaponizes the male gaze and just like kind of encourages girls like that and girls like me to be confident and to dress up and feel cute and look cute and use that as your power.
I think that's one of the, like, I get what you're saying. That makes more sense when I hear it explained that way, and about like feeling confident in yourself and feeling yourself. I think like I'm just coming at it from a perspective of someone who, like, I feel most myself when I'm not super done up.
Yeah, I
And
get
that's,
that.
and so like I think that I know there are probably plenty of Scream things who feel like one way or the other, you know?
Hmm.
Like, I'm not a like, I wear my liquid eyeliner that I've worn the same way for like a decade.
I
And it's
can
just 'cause
vouch
I'm
for
like,
that.
and I'm like too lazy to learn anything else, honestly. And it's like
It looks good though, everyone. Just saying.
Hmm.
thank you. That makes me feel like myself. But if I
Hmm.
went further than that, like, I guess I've always had this issue with the idea that, like, this was perpetuated in like sitcoms and stuff where it was like, oh, I need to go put my face on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's like you shouldn't even leave the house until you have like a full face of makeup. So
Yeah.
I guess the difference there is that is like an expectation that's being imposed upon them, as opposed to like a self-directed desire to
Yeah.
like put on a look that you enjoy, like, for yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make
Well,
sense?
Oh,
So
totally. And
that
I think
that
that the time period too.
that totally makes sense. And actually, Kelly, what you're saying there is it kind of reminds me of the last few years. Maybe I don't know how time is irrelevant, but Alicia Keys. She was a very prominent, pop star when we were younger, and she's been on this whole thing for years now about not wearing
yeah,
makeup and like
Pamela
really
Anderson
I
taking
too.
know.
back Pamela Anderson.
And I
Yeah.
think Jamie
And
Lee Curtis
Yeah.
too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like there,
so
there, there is something like really cool and empowering about that. But I think, at least for me, like the thing with, Elvira is it is kind of like that drag aspect. It is kind of like putting on, getting yourself just ready to face the world and feeling
It's armor.
confident.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
armor.
feeling confident about yourself. And for some people that's getting done up in some way or another. And sorry, for maybe you, Kelly, that could just be just completely disarming yourself and just going out in sweatpants. And maybe that's the most empowering thing. But I think
And I think Elvira would approve of that too.
totally, and
She would say whatever if you feel the most
sure.
like empowered to wear, do it.
right, but I think at the end of the day, like whichever side of the coin that you're on, the end of it is just confidence. It's just you now feel empowered to go out into the
Well,
world
confidence and
as who you are.
comfort
Yes,
too, I
Yeah.
would say. Like,
yes,
Yeah.
comfort,
for me,
absolutely.
like, a lot of my stuff that I wear and the way that I like get my hair cut and everything is like largely targeted at my own comfort. So,
Totally.
and so I value that a lot. Of course, I work remotely, so it's not like, uh, like, it's not like I have to wear like office stuff anyway. But so yeah, I think, yeah,
Confidence is power.
Confidence is everything.
It's power like in a way that you can assert it in influence others, but it's also a self-power that I think is cultivated over time and also takes some bravery because you have to kind of put yourself out there. and just not give a fuck. And I think that's everything Elvira stands for.
I think you're totally right. I think yeah, she shows people that you can just unapologetically be you, and people respond to that confidence.
They do.
You know,
Well, and it
like it.
I swear I'm not going to keep teasing this like this, but I because it's so fresh in my mind, I kept comparing both of these movies.
Yeah.
But the other movie that we're going to talk about is all about like how dangerous beauty standards
Mm-hmm.
can be, like extreme beauty
Mm-hmm.
standards can be.
It's a
So I think it's a
very stark
really
dichotomy. Yeah.
interesting dichotomy.
It's a
Yeah.
dangerous
Yeah.
game.
So I wanted to kind of move on to the big fight, the big final girl fight that we always like to talk about. Elvira is literally tied to the stake and burned, and they're burn the witch. It's like I said, the women of the town are just as cruel. But as she's on the stake, there's a full-on divine intervention. She's reminded that she carries the power within her. She's able to use the ring to spark a storm, which puts the fire out. She escapes. She turns in, this is the Rambo reference, turns into a full-blown witch warrior, which that fucking costume I am obsessed with.
That's my Halloween costume.
That
this year,
should be
guys.
your Halloween
Yeah,
costume.
just saying.
It's basically her usual getup, but like a Rambo version, and she's full on holding like a big gun
She has the
and
bandana.
the
and stuff. I mean,
bandana.
but
Nice.
I don't think this look persists, right? It's like just for that one
No, it's just
gag.
for the one gag, yeah,
Yeah,
which is again the very SNL type of a thing. And then
definitely.
she has killer heels. Then she has this full on cemetery showdown with her creepy Uncle Vincent. She throws her stiletto heel like a dagger,
Oh
and it
yeah, I
hits
remember
him
that.
in the
Oh, it like
forehead.
sticks in his head. That's
And I
right.
will say, as a pole dancer that wears 8-inch stiletto heels, that was one of my favorite parts.
I mean, I
I
laughed harder when I don't remember if it flies off or if she throws it, but like her ring and it like
Yeah.
goes on his finger.
it's very silly. And then also we have a showdown with a knitting needle, like we talked about with
That's
Lori.
right. That's right.
So and like we mentioned, she uses her cleavage to open the gate, smash open the gate. Her victory is pure camp feminism. She doesn't deny her like femininity, and it's her superpower. It's what saves her. I love that. And then we get at the very end, we get that this is the thing that I think is, again, like we talked about with the Purge episode, the most unbelievable. The town comes and apologizes and says, "We were
Yeah.
wrong about you."
Yeah.
Vincent dies. Elvira inherits Vincent's estate. And then, of course, that funds her long delayed Vegas dream. And the very end, we have a full Vegas number complete with titty tassels.
But it's like but the Vegas number looks so cheap. Like
It does.
That's the
It's
point,
a
though.
point.
no,
That's the point.
no. Okay, well, no. I mean, it looks like it's taking place in like a back room of a movie theater or something. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's so small looking that I was like,
You got to
okay,
start somewhere.
that's not okay. But it's supposed to be Vegas, which is like the
Yeah.
biggest, brightest thing. Anyway, it's not their fault. I'm sure it was budgetary. But
There's a lot of cool small clubs in Vegas.
this whole sequence is so fucking weird. And I get that the movie is like building up to some sort of performance. We watched this a couple times because we were like, the song that they're doing is really weird because there's a moment where like she's talking so fast we had no idea what the fuck she was saying, and like we had the subtitles on and the subtitles didn't know either. It just said like applause, and I was like, what was that? And then there's those weird dancers, like backup dancers. And then there's like major spider imagery, including like on her boobs when she's doing
Yeah.
the tassel dance. It's a weird ending. Like, I mean, not it fits the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it suits the movie. But I think like out of all the things in the movie that made Nirvana and I go like, wait, what? Like this was one of them. Another one was the flashback to when she's a baby,
And she
she's
has the
in
makeup on.
full Elvira makeup.
Yeah.
Very
She's got
strange.
the baby makeup on. Yeah.
Very strange imagery. I literally took a picture of the TV with my phone just because I was like, I sent it to a friend. I was just like, this is fucking weird. And then also the scene in the park that we didn't really talk about,
Yeah.
was very where people basically like just all start bang. There's some weird dialogue in that scene, and anyway, the whole thing was just like, okay. I mean, at a certain point, you're just like going along with whatever happens
Oh
on screen.
yeah. Oh yeah.
The
Which
dog like
is
transforms, I think.
Yeah, well, the dog is a familiar, which is really
Yeah.
cool. And Gonk himself is just so iconic. Just the whole like pink, like stud punk rock,
I mean, apparently
just
he was like a huge asshole on set.
really.
And yeah. And like when that dog bit one of the other actors, like to the point of scarring him.
Oh
So
my
people were
God.
not cool with working with this dog.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, the dog transforms too. It's kind of like the dog turns into like a Rottweiler and a mouse. And I think the whole point is that it's her familiar. She's a witch. It's her familiar. The familiar can do what the witch needs to help the witch.
I
Yeah.
just realized that since we're on camera, I can do a visual aid
Yeah.
of showing this picture of this baby. So if you guys are listening to this on the podcast, you should watch the video because like what the fuck. So I'm gonna try to okay.
I'll
That
post
is
it. I'll
that's
post
the
a picture
baby.
of it too. I'll post a picture of it too.
And it's funny because the baby looks so terrified. It's
Yeah.
like they was probably like, what is going on? Why was I in a makeup chair for like 2 hours? Like,
Yeah, it's pretty silly. So what are the tropes and subversions that she embodies and subverts?
well, I mean, obviously one of the ones that she subverts is what we were just talking about with Laurie Strode. She's subverting the like
The
virginal
good girl,
final girl
virginal.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Purity.
yeah, so in other movies like in Halloween where an element of sexuality is like what gets you killed, in this it's more like
It
what
saves her.
saves her.
Yeah.
So that's quite a big subversion, I would say.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I think the final girl characteristic she embodies is, I think there's element of her being new to the town because there's something about a lot of final girls that are new to town. We've talked about that. There's also,
Well, I read that there was like supposed to be an undercurrent of a Wizard of Oz influence on the plot.
What?
Yeah, literally. And apparently it was more overt previously, and then the script went through a lot of changes.
yeah,
But I guess Cassandra Peterson was still glad that there was some like part of Wizard of Oz still in
yeah,
there, which is interesting.
yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. I could see it. Another camp gay icon situation
Yep,
all tied together.
with a little dog partner, and
Hmm.
then going from like, well, it's almost like the opposite. It's like go in Wizard of Oz, it's going from her like dark, boring town
Hmm.
to like bright, colorful,
Yeah.
like interesting people. And in this movie, it's like the opposite, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think, there are some themes that Elvira as a final girl embodies. One of the big ones is that I mentioned it earlier is joy and sexuality and joy in sexuality being kind of resistance and rebellion. Something that scares people. Like we've talked about, women's sexuality scares people so badly. It scares patriarchy. It scares like organized religion because the thing about a woman owning her sexuality is if you think biologically, and I'm only speaking about people assigned female at birth that have female reproductive organs, but that's a huge part of our power is the ability to have sex and create life if we want to. We don't, and that's the thing is we don't have to use it for that purpose. And people are so threatened by that. And I think that is such a source of power. That's obviously, I don't think that's not a final girl thing that we see very often. Which I really love that. It's the same reason I love Dolly Parton, who I just read today. She used to like pause meetings and like for a few minutes so the dudes could just get it out of their system, just stare at her tits. And drag, there's always that element to drag as well. So just that freedom and sexuality. Obviously, I think there's a big theme I've talked about so many times, internalized misogyny. And then the other thing, which is very witchy, is you carry the power within you. That I truly believe. I think that's why I like witchcraft, and I've never liked organized religion, just because I feel like putting the power anywhere but the end, like yourself, is giving a is not, it's freedom. It's freedom carrying the power within you and acknowledging that versus giving it to something else. So yeah, that's very feminist, a very feminist thing that I've always really liked when characters do that. So, what do you think about the acting of Cassandra Peterson as Elvira?
I mean, I saw that she was nominated for a Razzie for this, which seems unfair because it's
Hmm.
so obviously like a camp
Hmm.
performance that's not really meant to be um
Serious.
like yeah. It's almost like how stage acting is like different from movie acting and
Yeah,
TV acting. Like
yeah.
so I feel like comparing her on those terms of other movies isn't really fair. But and I forget who she lost to. But then it was funny because she was like, I didn't even win the Razzie. Um, but no, so yeah, the acting, it's not realistic. It's like I said earlier, it's cartoony. Um, Even on the part of like the townspeople. I mean,
Hmm.
there is the puritanical vibe of them is like so overt, so
The like
exaggerated.
pitchforks and tiki,
Yeah,
yeah, tiki
yeah,
lamps, burn the witch, yeah,
yeah. So everyone knows what kind of movie they're in.
yeah. Um, I love the one-liners, so I wanted to share my favorite Elvira one-liners. Okay, my all-time favorite Elvira one-liner is "Remember me by two simple words, any two, as long as they're simple." I also like "My name's Elvira, but you can call me tonight." I like when she's pulled over by the cop and he's like, "Do you know how fast you're going?" And she's like, "No, but if you hum a few bars, I'll fake it." I'll bend over backwards. I'll bend over forwards. When she hits her head, when she's with the guy and she hits her head on the ladder, and he's like, "How's your head?" And she's like, "I haven't had any complaints yet." And then, of course, I've mentioned the other ones: the girl with the enormous ratings, and grab a tool and start banging. So I wrote down all my favorite.
I remember one that I liked, which was when she's kind of the mean girl is trying to bully her, and then she says something like, "If I wanted your opinion, I'd beat it out of
Yeah,
you."
listen, sister, if I wanted your opinion, I'd beat it out of you. Yeah, she's just body, like very body, but she also she's not mean to people that she doesn't punch down. She she really doesn't. She punches sideways and up, which
She
is
punches laterally.
she punches laterally. Yeah, she does because she is, that power at the top. She is equal in power, in organic power, not necessarily systemic power. But yeah. And what about her cultural impact? What do you think of her impact on horror and maybe feminism and film and
Okay, that's
LGBTQ?
a okay. Wait, whoa,
I
whoa,
know
whoa, whoa.
that's a
That's like
podcast
all
in
of the
itself.
things. Yeah. I mean, I think I mentioned some of those like cultural
Hmm.
impacts near the start of the episode. I guess what kind of surprises me is that it doesn't like despite her immense like influence and presence and everything, there aren't really that many imitators, it feels like. I think you see a lot of final girls who are very similar archetypes. And then this kind of like really larger than life, like hypersexual, like glammed out
Hmm.
type. Like, despite the fact that her popularity was and is immense, we don't like, can you think of another horror based example?
Other than Jennifer Tilly in Bride of Chucky.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a great
really
point.
good point. That's a really good one. Okay.
But
All
that's
right.
it. That's the only
But that's
other
yeah,
like
yeah.
bimbo.
Well, and she's not, and Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany isn't made out to be like the hero of the movie. You
Yeah,
know, she's not the winner.
yeah.
So yeah, so in some ways that is kind of plays into my point too, because it's like, no, that has to be the villain. Like if
She
they're
is.
that
Yeah,
kind of
she's the
character,
villain.
then it has to be the villain, right?
Yeah,
And so I think that that's what I'm saying is that this felt kind of unique.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, she's iconic. She's I called it I like how we're reclaiming the word bimbo. Um I like how we're reclaiming the word bimbo, and there's kind of like this bimbo liberation aspect to Elvira. I think we see her DNA everywhere. We see her in Jennifer's body. We absolutely see her in The Love Witch. I think this came before, but I think there's, like an ode love letter to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Definitely.
There's some obviously Morticia Adams
Hmm.
love. There's
Yeah.
Vampira. There's, all those, femme fatale, spooky femme fatale. So I think the other thing is we're finally, I think in this era, this post Roe era where women are more and more, our rights are getting more and more under attack. I think there's just this badge of honor that Elvira lets us lean into of, we take up space. We are bimbos. We are sexy. We are cute. We are flirty. It doesn't even have to be, we don't even have to be just women. This is non-binary. This is gay men. This is, and I mean, even straight men. This is like, you can just take up the space you want. So what do we give Elvira on our blood spatter badassery rating?
I think I gave her one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
One
there's
bucket
not
of
much
blood.
blood in that movie at all.
One bucket of blood.
No. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think there's much blood in the movie.
And what is your final girl survival tip from Elvira?
I said keep your familiars close
Cute.
Nice.
I like
because
it.
they may just save you.
They may save you. They may turn into a mouse and save you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine was be the nightmare, not the dream girl.
Mm.
That's good. That's good.
Do you have one?
Yeah, mine is be unapologetically authentic.
Yeah. That's hard, easier said than done,
It is, but
especially when you're in a small puritanical town.
yeah.
Takes a lot of guts to do that, but it's worth it. And obviously I do want to give a caveat because there's some people who can do that with more privilege than others. Obviously she's a white woman and she looks a certain way, and I think there are certain
Yeah.
people that would be able to be as safe, especially like
Yeah.
maybe even an LGBTQ. I mean, it's really I also wanted to mention too that one of the cool things about her, Cassandra Peterson, is she's been in a relationship with a woman for
Hmm.
year, for
Yeah, good
decades,
point.
and she never brought it up until her book came out, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, "You're
Yeah.
queer?"
Yeah.
That makes so much sense, and we love that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, just an absolute icon, absolute goddess. I love her so much. What are your kind of final thoughts, Kelly?
Um, I uh, it- mm, I don't think I'm gonna go like peruse the backlog of Elvira material,
You don't
but
need to.
I don't regret watching it. It didn't make me want to seek out more, but I respect the camp, as you
Hmm.
guys know, is like I love that shit. So
Yeah, yeah. The camp is fun.
and yeah, she seems like a lovely person. I mean, what
She's
can
a
I
really
say? She
cool
She
seems really
is.
person.
cool.
She's a really cool person in general. Yeah. Well, Scream Things, we want to hear what you think. We want to hear if you think this movie is, more on my end, where it's like iconic, it's kind of like my Bible, or if you're on more of Kelly's end, where you're like, I'm glad I saw it, but I don't need to see more. We want to hear that. We want to hear if you also love Gonk, if you have your own punk familiars. We want to hear if you have a 1959 Thunderbird Macabre Mobile. We want to hear all of it. Your favorite Elvira lines, hit us up on all of the social. Well, not all the socials. You can find us on Instagram. I'm kind of more active on Instagram. It's Final Girls, the podcast. Kelly is more on Blue Sky if you want to have more kind of in-depth conversations. That's Final Girls Podcast. Our website is final-girls.com. Again, we're on YouTube. So if you're listening to this and you'd rather see our faces, check us out on YouTube. So that's Final Girls, the podcast on YouTube. I think we covered Elvira.
We did. And Eric,
Thank you,
it's
Eric.
ironic that this is an Elvira episode that you joined us on because you were like very tame actually for this one compared to your other appearances on The Purge Anarchy.
Yeah, that's
Or,
true.
sorry, it's Purge Election Night, right? And then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Like those guest spots were much wilder. So
Yeah.
it's just funny that
I really wanted him to do this one because Elvira is my favorite, and also because you've always liked Elvira too.
Well, so I remember actually when I was younger and Red, I think you were probably off at college, but I was managing one of the skate shops, and one of my buddies gave me a life-size cardboard cutout of Elvira,
I remember.
and I had that for years in my bedroom, and then
Creep.
weird, I know.
Mhm.
Um, but then when I moved, I gave it to my tattooer to watch over,
You never
and
got it
To
back.
watch over.
yeah.
If you still had it, I would put it in
Got it.
I would put it in my pole dance room, but you don't have it, so.
Phil, I'm gonna hit you
Oh my
up. I
God.
wonder
You
if
know
you still
what?
have it.
You know what? So, like, I have a door cover on right now. Actually, there's another one elsewhere in the house that's Chucky themed.
Nice.
And it's because they're so cheap, but they're like really cool. And
They're really cool.
anyway, there is an Elvira one.
There is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to
Christmas.
damage the door. Like you just like put it on.
Christmas.
It just stretches over
Oh
the
my
door.
gosh.
And
Can you
so,
send me that
yeah.
link?
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the show notes, everyone, if you want one too. If you want a
People are
Five
gonna
Nights
think
at
I'm like promoting spiritual right now.
Yeah,
Like,
we need to get some like commissions or something.
I know.
Okay, everyone. Well, I think that's we covered Elvira again. Please leave a rating and review. That really helps us. Check out Eric's podcast called Hesh Files. I'll put a link in there if you are a music fan. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. So until the next Final Girls Showdown, Eric, what should they do?
Don't read the fucking Latin.
Okay. Well, yeah, and don't mix up your spell books with your code books.
There you go.
Not a good
There you
idea.
go. Thanks,
All right,
everyone.
thanks,
Stay
bye.
spooky. Bye.